told y'all, America wants a war. But America is too cowardly to say that to us, that they want a war with us. Now, remember they stated last year that the so-called African Americans was a threat to Israel? Keep in mind that the same ones that rule Israel rule America. So basically what they were saying was we was a threat to their entire system. Make no mistake, all of these new laws that they're getting ready to pass, the whole Project 2025 and whatnot, that's all to cripple us, to take us backwards. Now let's go down memory lane. Remember Black Wall Street and how we were rising up as a people, and they hated to see that, and they came through and burned our stuff down, just messed up everything? Their biggest fear is black power. And you gotta think about it. Slavery was not too long ago, and
just before 3, there are about 13 people dressed in black on the bridge above I-75, waving a white supremacist flag, and some of them had swastika armbands.
A group of white supremacists armed with assault rifles was seen Friday hanging a banner and flags in a historically black community of Lincoln Heights in Cincinnati. And when word began to spread about their arrival, over 100 black people of the community showed up, and they showed out. I'm out. And after the police set up a barricade to protect the protesters, the angry mob broke through it and chased them down. The group was then seen hauling ass in a U-Haul truck as the angry mobs snatched their flags and burned them.
Where was the arrest? They just let these people drive off and disrespect us and our heritage. And y'all gonna let these terrorists and racists come over here and do that?
Ma'am, do me a
Who
favor?
they here to protect and serve? That's what I want to know. Who are they protecting and serving? Because it ain't us. It ain't the people.
Many AfriForum came out and said the cost would be too high for the Afrikaner community to take up this deal. And there's a sense that given access to opportunity and given statistically what we know about the economic and financial positioning and conditionalities of white Afrikaner families, they have it relatively well in South Africa compared to what they would have it as in the USA. Would anyone reasonably take up this deal and settle in the US as a refugee?
Well, just to give you an indication, in the last 18 hours since this news has broken of the executive order that was signed, we've been inundated with more than 10,000 inquiries from South Africans inquiring about the process of which they could follow to become refugees and which they can relocate with their families to the United States. Annually, we support approximately 11,000 temporary agricultural workers that travel to the US between March and October of each year to work on US farms. The way has now been paved for those individuals that are known as H-2A visa workers to make use of this opportunity and move to the US permanently. They already have employment in the United States and they can comfortably resettle with their families. And I think therefore our concern is focused in and around the agricultural sector. There are other sectors such as finance, manufacturing and various skills that will also be affected, but this is something that directly affects the food security of South Africa. It also impacts on the binational trade, as many of those trade sectors are for agro-processed goods that are currently being traded with the United States. So the concerns here are real, and the interest that we have seen alarms us as business. The impact on South Africa has got a dire end outlook at this stage.
Yep.
I mean, I find it quite absurd that in our so-called democracy, we have a racist organization, AfriForum. I mean, it's a public protector of whiteness, and then we speak about them as a civil rights group. That's absolute nonsense. They are a racist organization. They are fueled by white supremacy. They are going across the world, including, well, America is in the world, perhaps, but that's a debate, perhaps, of its own accord. But fueling an agenda of white genocide. I do a lot of international interviews, and I'm always asked about this white genocide that is taking place. So it's a very destructive group. And I often think, I wrote today about the Cape independence, and my feeling was if white people are so unhappy in this country, then they must just leave. If they stay, they must accept that this is not their country and they must fit into the rules set by the majority government. But AfriForum operate as if they are the ruling party, and the ruling party is so weak that it just allows them to do whatever they want.
Very careful. Hold on. Very careful. This is what I said. I said be very careful. Very careful. Hold on. Very careful. This is what I said. I said be very careful.